Before you trust love. Before you believe in miracles. Listen carefully. Olivia thought she had found everything: wealth, romance, and a husband who worshipped her. But some blessings come with shadows. Some lovers don't belong to this world. And some secrets wait patiently until the worst moment to be revealed. What would you do if the person you sleep beside every night was never truly alive? What if the man you married had already been buried? This is not just a story about love. It is a story about deception, fate, and a friendship that refused to be destroyed. Stay with us. Because what happens when the dead fall in love will shock you. Before we continue, please don't forget to share your opinion in the comments section, hit the like button, subscribe and share to your loved ones. Here we go. Before ghosts learned how to wear suits. Before love became a trap. Before death learned how to knock on doors. There were two girls who believed their friendship could outlive anything. Olivia and Maureen met on a humid Monday morning at Enugu State University, during their very first lecture in the Faculty of Social Sciences. The lecture hall was packed, noisy, and chaotic. Students were pushing, shouting, struggling to find seats. Fear, excitement, and ambition filled the air. Olivia entered like she owned the world. She was tall, confident, dressed in expensive jeans and a designer bag slung casually over her shoulder. Her hair was flawless. Her perfume floated before her. Heads turned. Maureen, on the other hand, slipped quietly into the hall. She wore a simple gown, her hair neatly braided, her eyes cautious. She had grown up wealthy too, but she had learned early that noise attracted unnecessary attention. When Olivia saw Maureen standing alone, confused about where to sit, she did something unexpected. "Hey, come here," she called out, waving. "This seat is empty." Maureen hesitated. Olivia didn't. She grabbed her hand and pulled her down. That single moment became destiny. From that day forward, they were inseparable. They studied together. When Olivia failed statistics, Maureen helped her. When Maureen struggled with economics, Olivia stayed up late teaching her. They shared secrets. They shared dreams. Olivia wanted to build empires. Maureen wanted to build a peaceful home. They laughed at boys who tried too hard. They cried over heartbreaks that didn't last. Slowly, their friendship grew beyond campus. During holidays, Olivia would visit Maureen's family in Abuja, staying in their sprawling mansion, swimming in their pool, laughing with Maureen's younger siblings. Other times, Maureen would go to Enugu, where Olivia's family owned several estates and businesses. Sometimes they traveled to Lagos, shopping, clubbing, and living like daughters of royalty. Their parents joked. "These two are closer than blood." And they believed it. During NYSC, they were posted to different states. Still, they called. Still, they messaged. Still, they promised. "No matter what happens, we won't lose contact." But the world is cruel to promises. After service year, Maureen traveled to the United Kingdom to further her education. Olivia moved to the United States. Different time zones. Different lives. Different circles. Slowly, their calls reduced. Then stopped. They didn't fight. They simply drifted. Years later, Maureen returned to Nigeria with a new degree and a new strength. She secured a prestigious job at one of the biggest oil companies in the country. That was where she met Kelly. He was charming. Intelligent. Gentle. Unlike other men who tried to impress her with money, Kelly impressed her with kindness. They fell in love quietly. No drama. No chaos. Just peace. They married. They had a baby boy. For the first time, Maureen believed her life had finally settled. Then tragedy came. The day Kelly died, he was rushing. A big deal meeting in Abuja. "Please drive faster," he told his driver. Rain poured heavily. Visibility was poor. A truck lost control. The crash was brutal. Kelly never even knew he was dying. Maureen became a widow in one phone call. Her world went dark. But Kelly did not leave. His spirit lingered. Angry. Broken. Unwilling to accept death. And somewhere in the shadows, something ancient listened. Something that feeds on desperation. Something that offered him a second life. Not knowing it would turn him into something no longer human. Years later, in Port Harcourt, Olivia was shopping when a familiar face smiled at her. Kelly. Alive. Perfect. And the trap began. The air inside Premium Choice Supermarket, Port Harcourt, was cold and quiet, the kind of silence only expensive places carried. Soft music floated from hidden speakers. Shelves glowed with imported goods. Olivia pushed her cart slowly, scanning items for her weekend shopping. Her phone buzzed with messages from work. She was distracted. That was when someone bumped into her cart. "Oh. I'm sorry," the man said quickly. Olivia turned. The first thing she noticed was his eyes. They were deep. But strangely empty, like someone staring from behind a glass wall. "I wasn't watching where I was going," he added with a gentle smile. "No worries," Olivia replied. "I'm Kelly." Olivia. When they shook hands, a strange chill passed through her fingers. She almost pulled back. Almost. They started talking right there between the aisles. It felt natural. Too natural. Kelly spoke like someone who had known her before. He laughed at her jokes. Finished her sentences. "You shop like someone who hates shopping," he said. She laughed. "How did you know?" "I just do." Something about him felt familiar. Comforting. Dangerous. They exchanged numbers. That night, Kelly sent her a message. "It was nice meeting you today. I feel like fate was involved." She smiled. Kelly began calling often. Taking her to dinners. Sending her flowers. Showing up unexpectedly with gifts. But he never asked too many questions about her past. He didn't talk much about his either. Whenever she asked where he grew up, he'd change the subject. Whenever she asked about his parents, he'd smile sadly. "They're not around." "How?" she once asked. "Life." That was all. One evening, Olivia decided to surprise him. She went to his apartment unannounced. The place was huge. Luxurious. Silent. She knocked. No answer. She called him. "Where are you?" "Outside." "Coming now." She waited inside. The place was spotless, too spotless. No family photos. No personal items. No memories. Only a strange smell. Like damp earth. When Kelly entered, he froze. "You came early. Wanted to see you." He smiled. But his eyes looked afraid. Months passed. Kelly began to spend money in ways no normal businessman could. He bought a mansion in Ikoyi. Another in Asakoro. Another in Port Harcourt. He registered companies that exploded into success overnight. Olivia had access to unlimited money. Yet Kelly never went to work. Never attended meetings. Never struggled. He simply made calls. And money appeared. Once, Olivia joked. "Are you into ritual business?" Kelly laughed too loudly. "Don't say that." One night, Olivia woke up and realized Kelly was not beside her. She heard whispers. She followed the sound to the living room. Kelly was standing in the dark. Talking. To no one. "Please. I've done everything you asked." Leave me alone. She gasped. Kelly. He turned. Instantly calm. You were dreaming. But she wasn't. Still, Olivia married him. Because love is blind. And fear can wear perfume. Years after Kelly's death, Maureen had learned how to breathe again. She no longer woke up crying. She no longer reached for a man who was not there. Her son was now 5. Her career had grown. Her wounds were quieter. She lived in Lekki, in a calm, beautiful home where memories no longer screamed. Yet sometimes, late at night, she would dream of Kelly. Not as the loving husband he had been. But as something cold. Watching her. One afternoon, Maureen ran into an old university classmate at a cafe in Lagos. They laughed. They talked about school. Then the woman asked casually. Have you seen Olivia recently? Maureen froze. Olivia? She said softly. My best friend? Yes. She's married now. Very rich. I saw her on social media. Maureen's heart jumped. I lost her number years ago. Do you have it? The classmate did. Maureen took the number with shaking fingers. She stared at it for a long time before dialing. Hello. Olivia's voice sounded older. But still the same. Olivia. It's Maureen. There was silence. Then a scream. Maureen. They laughed. They cried. They talked for hours. Years melted away. Maureen invited Olivia to Lagos. I must see you. Of course. Olivia arrived days later. Expensive car. Designer clothes. Big smile. Maureen hugged her tightly. You haven't changed, Olivia said. You have, Maureen replied. They spent the day catching up. Then Olivia mentioned her husband. Kelly, she said proudly. Maureen froze. What? My husband's name is Kelly. Maureen's heart dropped. That's funny. She laughed weakly. Why? No reason. But fear had already begun. Maureen insisted on visiting Olivia. I want to see your home, she said. Come, Olivia replied. Neither of them knew what was waiting. The moment Maureen stepped into Olivia's mansion in Ikoyi, her spirit began to shake. The house was beautiful, tall ceilings, marble floors, expensive furniture, but something about it felt wrong. The air was cold. Not air conditioner cold. Grave cold. Your house is amazing, Maureen forced a smile. Kelly takes good care of me, Olivia replied proudly. They walked into the sitting room. And then Maureen saw it. A massive wedding portrait hung on the wall. Kelly. Standing beside Olivia. Smiling. Alive. Maureen screamed. Olivia. Olivia rushed to her. What's wrong? Maureen pointed at the photo. That man. That man is my husband. Olivia laughed nervously. Maureen, you're joking. That is Kelly. My husband. He died 5 years ago. That's impossible. He died in a car crash. I buried him. I mourned him. Olivia's smile faded. No. Kelly is alive. He's my husband. Maureen's hands shook. Then call him. Olivia called Kelly. Baby, please come home. Now. Why? Just come. Minutes later, the front door opened. Kelly stepped inside. The moment his eyes met Maureen's, his face drained of color. Maureen screamed. You. Kelly took one step back. The lights flickered. The air turned icy. And then he vanished. Right before their eyes. Olivia fell to her knees. Oh God! Maureen collapsed. My husband is a ghost. Kelly's voice echoed from nowhere. I loved you both. I just didn't want to be alone. And the truth poured out. How he died. How his spirit was trapped. How something dark gave him power. But power has a price. And now the debt was due. Shadows filled the room. Something was coming to claim him. Kelly screamed. I just wanted to live. Olivia cried. I loved you. Maureen held her. Then let him go. Kelly looked at Olivia one last time. Forgive me. And he disappeared. The mansion was silent. No whispers. No cold air. No shadow. For the first time since Kelly had entered Olivia's life, the house felt alive. Olivia sat on the floor, staring at the empty space where her husband had vanished. Her body trembled, not from fear, but from heartbreak. Maureen knelt beside her. He's really gone, Olivia whispered. Yes, Maureen said softly. And that's how it should be. Olivia burst into tears. I loved him. Even if he was. Whatever he was. I loved him. Maureen wrapped her arms around her. Love doesn't become a lie because the person was lost. They cried together, two women bound by the same man, the same pain, and the same impossible truth. That night, strange things happened. At exactly 3:17 a.m., Olivia woke up to a warm breeze moving through the room. The curtains shifted. And she heard Kelly's voice. Not dark. Not broken. But peaceful. Thank you for loving me. She felt something brush her cheek. A kiss. Then. Nothing. When she slept again, she dreamed of Kelly standing on a bridge of light, smiling, not as a ghost, but as a man finally free. Maureen stayed in Lagos for weeks. Together, they destroyed everything Kelly had built from darkness. The money disappeared. The businesses collapsed. But strangely, Olivia didn't become poor. Because what Kelly had made through human means remained. It was enough. More than enough. Months passed. Olivia went through therapy. She healed. She learned to forgive herself. She learned to trust again. Maureen returned to being a full mother, no longer haunted by fear. They became closer than ever. Not as careless girls. But as survivors. 1 year later, Olivia met someone new. A real man. Alive. Honest. No secrets. This time, when she smiled, there was no shadow behind her. Moral. Not every gift is a blessing. Not every lover is alive. And not every miracle comes from God. But when truth comes, even the dead must let go. Love is powerful. But truth is stronger. Olivia learned that not every beautiful life is safe, and not every rich man is real. Maureen learned that even death cannot hide the truth forever. And together, they discovered that friendship can survive even the deepest betrayal. This story reminds us that some doors should never be opened, and some love stories are only meant to end so that real life can begin. If this story touched you, scared you, or made you think twice about the people you trust, please like, share, and subscribe. Because some stories are not just entertainment. They are warnings. Not everything that looks like a blessing comes from a good place. Some doors open because desperation knocked, not because destiny called. Kelly had wealth, charm, and power, but he had no life. Olivia had love, comfort, and security, but she was living beside a lie. Maureen had loss, pain, and truth, and that truth became the light that saved them both. This story teaches us that love without truth is dangerous, and success without spiritual peace is a trap. When people chase comfort at all costs, they may invite forces they cannot control. But it also teaches something greater. Real love does not trap. Real friendship does not abandon. And truth, no matter how painful, always sets you free. Never trade discernment for luxury. And never ignore the voice that warns you, even when everything looks perfect. I hope you enjoyed this incredible story. Let us know how you feel in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Subscribe and share to your loved ones.